But I'm gonna be honest with you, I smell marijuana coming out of this vehicle.
What started as an ordinary traffic stop quickly escalated for an Atlanta City Councilman who was found with marijuana in his car.
See, not even.
Damn, so what happens when a councilman gets caught with a 4-gram blunt that's unsmoked in his car? We're going to find that out on today's episode, man. So let's have a look at this.
Body camera video captures the shock in his face when he's told he'll be put in handcuffs.
What's gonna happen is, sir, you're gonna be detained, okay?
And the responding officer's impression of the city leader.
This guy's nuts.
It was around
This guy's nuts. This guy's nuts. Well, we got to ask ourselves, what state did this actually take place in? And turns out it was over in Atlanta. Yep, Atlanta, Georgia. And this councilman is Antonio Lewis. So let's have a look at what happens in this crazy situation.
30 a.m. on February 2nd when Atlanta City Councilman Antonio Lewis was pulled over by police.
Like family. I know they do for me.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire.
I love how he's listening to the radio, guys. Just listening to the ads on the radio.
No warranty coverage at all. You could find in the economy.
And right away,
Okay.
things get tense when Lewis begins to get out of his car.
Car
Yo, get back in the car, man. Get in the car, what are you doing?
Lewis quickly goes back into his vehicle and begins discussing his seatbelt, saying he just took it off, but had been driving with it on.
Okay, so he was hopping out the car. He told him, get back in the car, and we're going to have a look and see what's going on.
What's up, man?
Seatbelt.
I'm Officer Wilson with Atlanta Police Department, man. Why you getting out of the car?
I was trying to see. I apologize.
I'm
I was
Officer
trying to
Wilson,
see.
brother.
My name is Antonio
Hold
Lewis.
on one second, sir. Hold on
Yes,
one
sir.
second. I'm Officer Wilson with the City of Atlanta Police Department.
Yes, sir.
The reason I pulled you over, sir, it's not because of your seatbelt. I didn't even know you didn't have your
I
seatbelt
did have it
on.
on. I just took it off. I apologize.
Quickly, the officer points out Lewis isn't in trouble because of his seatbelt, but
Man, that's what happens when you guys talk too much. When police pulls you over, don't say shit. Don't say anything. Stay quiet. Keep that mouth zipped. Zipped. Don't say nothing. Because what you say can be used against you. And they will find reasons to use what you say against you. So always stay quiet. Just sit down. Wait for him to speak. Wait for him to say what they need to say. Why are they pulling you over? What do they have on you? Like, just wait. Just sit and wait. Don't try to offer up anything. That's exactly what he tried to do here. My seatbelt was on. I promise it was on. I just took it off. Like, why are we talking about this?
because of his registration.
Your registration is suspended on your vehicle, sir.
I didn't know that.
You got your driver license?
Yes. Yes, I got my driver's license and my ID, and I got my insurance and my registration should be suspended.
Okay.
Lewis is visibly flustered as the officer asks him to calm down.
1 second, hold on, slow down, hold on. Sir.
Apologize.
Let's slow down, man. Let's slow down. All right.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Your insurance-
You can be a councilman. You can be anyone. Truth is, if you're a person of color, shit could get risky real quickly.
card and none of that stuff.
It's then that we hear about marijuana for the first time.
But I'm going to be honest with you, I smell marijuana coming out of this vehicle.
And quickly, Lewis's options are laid out for him.
So you got two options here. No,
Shoot.
you can either give it to me, and we'll be cool. I'm just get a ticket for it, or I'm bring dogs. I don't know. I'm gonna find all of it, and I'm gonna take you to jail.
Yeah, and you can. I'm gonna give it to you right now.
Lewis says it's not his.
Bro, you got two options. You could give it to me. Give me the bud. Give me the flower. Give me the bud. Oh, I'm gonna bring the dogs over and they can find it. They can smell everything and they gonna find it. And if they do, you're gonna be in trouble. Your ass going to jail. So you gotta be careful.
It's never even been smoked.
And the only marijuana that's in my car is I let somebody know. See? Not even. Not even. You can see it, not even.
Okay.
Put it in the bag. Evidence.
I apologize.
But that fact alone doesn't change things, and the officer breaks the news to Lewis. He's going to be detained.
You have any more
Bro.
marijuana inside this vehicle, sir?
And you see what they do. I told you guys that. Don't say nothing. He gave you two options. One, you can give it to me. I'm gonna write you up and you can be on your way. The second one, you don't give it to me, I'm gonna bring the dogs, and then we gonna take you to jail when they find it. So he gave it to him. He offered it up. He said, here you go. It's not even smoking. It wasn't mine, but here you go. And what did he say? Hold on, you're still gonna be detained. Really difficult one, right?
Huh?
No, whatsoever.
You said what?
None whatsoever, sir.
No, what's up? Okay. Alright. So, what's going to happen is, sir, you're going to be detained, okay? I'm not taking you to jail, man. I just told you what's going to happen, but I still got to detain you. You got marijuana inside the vehicle.
Okay, so he's not going to jail, but he's going to be detained. The truth is, I don't want to be detained either, officer. What the fuck?
I asked that we not do handcuffs, and I also asked I understand you handling it. I appreciate the way you handle it. And I appreciate you handling it the right way.
Yes, sir.
And if you can't put in handcuffs, can you put them on in the front for me if possible?
Sir, I'm going to only have you in the handcuffs for a short minute, but they're going to have to go into the back, okay?
Oh, man, he's still got to get handcuffed, bro. He's still going to get handcuffed. It's got to go on the back. And obviously, as a councilman, you don't want to be seen in handcuffs, you know, your hands behind your back in handcuffs in the public, man. That's not a good look, obviously. So he wants it to be in the front. You know, maybe you can hide it a little bit more, camouflage it or whatever, but the officer's like, no, we're going to put it in the back. That's protocol, and you're going to be detained, bro. You're going to be fully detained.
Like I said, man, everything, like, you already gave me the marijuana. That's fine. It's not going to be any issues. I'm going to write your citation, but if you cause any problems, man, you're going to go to jail. All right? Step on out of the car for me.
There's a bizarre aside here where Lewis asks to put his wedding ring on, and the officer questions why it was off in the first place.
Ooh, shit gets even more interesting, guys. We got more. Why is the wedding ring off, bro? What the fuck? That shit crazy.
Can I put my ring back on?
Yeah.
Can I put my ring back on?
Ring off. That ain't my business. You're a married man. That ain't my business.
I just dropped my wife off in.
It's okay. It's okay, man.
I tell you what I just did.
I'm not in your married business, man.
He's not in your married business.
You don't gotta wear your wedding ring all the time. It's okay,
Don't
I
do me
guess.
like that.
Come on, step on out.
I just dropped
around.
that.
Oh,
It's
shit.
then that Lewis is finally cuffed.
Put your hand behind your back.
Hey, I just dropped my wife off at work.
Man, I ain't saying nothing about none of that.
Bro, I tell you, when you say too much, when you're talking too much, she looks suspicious, bro. She looks super suspicious. You gotta stay quiet, bro. The less you say, the better.
Turn it like this, so it'll be a little bit more comfortable. All right, let's go to the back.
Up next, the officer puts Lewis in the back of his squad.
Damn, the
Go on
back of
this
the
side,
squad
drive
car.
side.
You go in the back of the squaddy.
Appreciate that, boss man. Step on in for me.
Lewis then thanks the officer for treating him with respect. Then the officer radios in the traffic stop before explaining the citation.
2304 radio.
It's about to get crazy.
Yeah, take that radio off.
2304 radio. Pull me in 23 traffic. Home in 72. Stop. Let me know you're ready.
23, go ahead.
I'm going to be at 180 University. Copy Georgia tag. Robert Paul Adam 3220. It's going to be on a silver color Chevy Malibu. Occupied one time by a black male. Can you show the male detained radio? Also 38 should cover.
2304, 181 University, Robert Paul Adam 3220, Silver Malibu, 1 detained, 38 cover.
Alright, so
2307 radio. 2307.
Mr. Lewis, you don't have any warrants, you don't have any warrants, anything like that. So like I stated, you're gonna be good to go here in a second. I'm gonna write you these tickets and you'll be good to go, alright man?
You'll be good to go.
I don't 100%
Thank you.
know, but hold on 1 second. Let's figure it out.
93, you up?
You see where it says suspended? I'm not 100% sure why it's suspended.
down his car, we're
headed at 305 speed. Also, we're permission.
His registration was
I'm
suspended.
not 100% sure why they suspended it, but it is showing current suspended, alright?
Moral of
At
the
this
story,
point,
guys.
It's hard to hear Lewis from the back seat.
Make sure your registration is not suspended. That's the moral of the story.
Though we can still hear the officer's responses. He mentions Lewis's status as a city councilman.
You said you're a city councilman? All right, man, you make sure you tell everybody Officer Wilson treated you fairly.
After writing out the citation, it's time to uncuff Lewis.
Tell everyone officer treated you fairly.
All right, so I'm about to undetain you. Let's sign your tickets and you'll be good to go, okay? Back of the truck, damn. What he gonna do is tell him down road up, that we going. Step on out, sir.
Caught the homie in handcuffs.
Come on up to the front, man. You got, hey, man, you gotta worry about you, Mr. Lewis. I said, until you get out the car, you good.
You said I got pulled over for registration. I got pulled over one time. Somebody stole my identity. They told me to
They did.
President Barack Obama at the time period, right?
Oh man.
My uncle's son stole my things out.
Oh man.
If you say registration, that's the least of my worries. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you.
No problem,
I
man.
appreciate you.
As the officer explains the specifics of the marijuana citation, Lewis zeroes in on the exact wording of the citation.
We're gonna get cited for the registration, suspended registration, and the possession of marijuana. The court date is gonna be April the 29th. That's a Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Can you make sure they got
9 days after 420.
So that
Crazy.
They changed it for the city ordinance. It's just possession of marijuana now.
Okay.
So if they know it's less than an ounce because it's a city ordinance instead of a state charge. If it was a state charge, it'll be considered more than an ounce.
The discussion then shifts as Lewis blames his nephew on the marijuana found in his car. The officer then explains Lewis will be taken to jail if he refuses to sign the citation.
My nephew, who I just picked up and dropped off this morning, who I took it from this morning, and we just went through some marijuana stuff with him. And he was at Georgia State campus. They went through Fulton County, City of Atlanta, Georgia State. And the writing on the police report was the only thing they cared about because he had a little over an ounce, but they put so I think this was less than a 0.5.
Well,
I'm not possible.
I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I know in the report it's going to say he had in his possession of marijuana.
Can I take a photo of it?
Less than a 0.5 according to this law and crime network. It says it's a 4-gram blunt, bro. That's 3.5 grams more than a 0.5.
Right here you can. I'm not going to give it to you to take. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that, sir. Your court date is going to be, like I said, April the 29th at 8 o'clock in the morning. Signing on the exit, not an admission of guilt.
I plan to sign this one, not this one if possible.
Well, if you don't want to sign this one, hold on one second.
I'm signing.
I can call my supervisor out, let you speak with him. But, refusal to sign a ticket is another ticket that then would just end up in city jail. So the choice is totally up to you, man.
So basically, you sign the ticket, it comes across as an admission. If you sign it, it comes across as an admission. But if you don't sign it, you get another ticket. So are they forcing you to sign this ticket and, basically admit? And if you don't, you get hit with another charge? I don't know.
Okay. Like I said, sign on the exit, not an admission of guilt of any kind. Just know if I gave you a copy of charge.
Okay, did he say it's not an admission of guilt?
Guilt of any kind.
Sign both of them.
Okay. Like I said, sign on the exit, not an admission of guilt of any kind.
Sign both of them.
Okay. Like I said, sign on the exit, not an admission of guilt of any kind.
I think he said if you sign, it's an admission of guilt. I'm not 100% sure. He speaks so quickly. But let me know what you guys hear when you hear that. Let's roll it back one more time.
Sign both of them.
Okay. Like I said, sign on the exit, not an admission of guilt of any kind. Just know if I gave you a copy of charge, notified you of your court date, sir.
Okay. And I think they changed the law recently that refusing to sign a ticket, you don't go to jail. I think that got changed very, very recently.
Sir, if you don't sign the citation, how do you acknowledge the citation?
I don't know. I'm just gonna look into it. Ain't that crazy? I'm just gonna look into it. I think they just changed that recently. After Deacon Johnny Holman.
That's yours, sir? It's about the incident over there on the northwest side of town.
Yeah, I think they changed it literally right after that.
That's yours, sir.
After the pair parts ways, Lewis comes back to take a picture of the blunt.
You drive safely, all right?
Let me take one quick photo of it.
That's fine. No problem.
Took a picture of the blunt. Wow.
I think he told me it was CBD when I took it. That's the only why I asked to take a picture. I'm gonna call him and ask.
All right, that's fine, sir.
He said,
As Lewis heads back to his car, body camera video captures the officer's true feelings about the city councilman.
This guy's nuts.
he said, I think it was CBD, officer.
In the end, it was the Atlanta City Council that saved Lewis a trip to jail. Back in 2017, they voted to decriminalize possession of marijuana up to an ounce. That means all Lewis now faces is a $75 fine. Reporting for Law and Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Well, at least that's some positive change in the right direction. Decriminalizing it so that you can have up to an ounce. And if you do have over that, or if you are caught with that, you simply get a fine rather than going to jail. So I think that that is really interesting, and that's a good move for Georgia. For those who may not know, out in Georgia, there's actually no recreational use. It's not permitted. I'm not sure if there is medical, but from my understanding, it's still pretty illegal, especially due to the ultra-conservative composition of the current state legislature down there. Now, from my understanding, they do have a new law which allows really low THC products to be okay, such as oils, specifically for medicinal purposes. But for the most part, I think it's still prohibited, and recreational is definitely not allowed, as the legislator has rejected that time and time again. So let me know what you guys think about this story with the councilman who was caught with that 4-gram blunt. Even though he said it wasn't his and it was CBD, the whole thing was just a little crazy. But drop it in the comments and let me know what you think about that. And speaking of crazy, even though this guy got off easily from the police, there was another situation which could have gone south really quickly, and this guy could have actually lost his life. So if you want to find out what happened in that one, check it out because it's coming up right now.